Hello, everyone. Please don't mind the crazy camera stuff going on right now. Doing this first person, which is not usually a good work for me in VR chat. But anyways, I'm Broken Dork. We haven't been formally introduced, and this is still not going to be a formal introduction. But I'm struggling with mental health issues, and so that's where the broken part comes in. I hope to make some content relevant to that, and hopefully it'll be beneficial mutually, actually, over time if a community forms. And then I'm just a dork, a social dork. So one-on-one introductions, not so much, but or very small groups maybe, or people that know me, it's kind of settle in, they just get used to me or whatever. But if you don't know me and I'm a public, it's going to be pretty dang dorky. So don't mind the ice going on here. You are looking at a doppelganger, not the actual avatar I'm in, because I'm looking at her first person. But this is the purple butterfly girl, for lack of any better names at the moment. It's my first avatar to create, going with the intention of commercial sales, and she's still a work in progress. She's been a work in progress for a very, very long time, and I know she's really close, been really close for a while, but the quirks can add up, and what it takes to deal with them can add up. All right, so this again it's like a doppelganger, I think that's what she's called. But the reason I had to do this in first person is I'm holding a version of my avatar, but she does not show up on camera. Like if you use the stream camera, or even, to my chagrin, the why am I drawing a blank? Even if you do just a steady cam. Hang on, I'm trying to do something here. Hoping I can do this. It won't work. Ah, bummer. Okay, oh wait. Nope, doesn't work. Okay, hang on. All right, so there we go. I'll pick her back up here. So this could be pretty awkward, but anyways, if you look at eventually, if not when launched, but eventually I will be working on getting the links to all the socials and relevant things into the comments down below. That'll be Patreon, where I'm leaning towards Patreon being, oh man, sorry, I can't do steady cam and zoom in like this. It seemed like a good idea at first, but alright, so anyways, the butterflies, that's the level of detail they have. Of course, I can show first person. That's the level of detail of the hands, kind of, sort of. I mean, I don't know if I'm capturing that quite right. Let's see if it's going to be even less obvious with the doppelganger, since I made her so small. Anyways, but making her small kind of gives a better idea of what it's a more appropriate way to kind of zoom in. But just realize everything here is like way scaled down, so she's made pretty much all original textures at this point, but still mostly constructed from pre-existing assets. The clothing has been reworked to the point that it's all pretty much scratch built, but the original general stylization of the clothes and stuff was not me, so it's kind of a problem. I actually created this upload from an older version of her, and I forgot about having corrected this stuff on the neck. So, and there's a lot of little things here. Like this is not like, hey, here's the avatar. It's gonna be up there tomorrow. Buy her now. But I will be launching via Patreon hopefully fairly soon. So if there's some interest, that'll help speed this up. If you're interested in, if you just want to help me out and support me in this effort to, wait a minute, did that just, I don't know why she went back full size by default. I wish I knew. Oh. Anyways, I had to scale her from my physical keyboard to do the scale function. But, all right, so gotta try not to lose sight of the fact that it's first person. This is really awkward. I really was setting not out to try to highlight the avatar. I was out to try to highlight an introduction for my channel because some other content has kind of found me, and to just create it out of the blue as like my first ever video doesn't make much sense. So I've been streaming some games and stuff, but I don't have a channel just to be a game streamer. But if I create content, get a little bit of a community going, and if people care to join me while I do some casual gaming or we have fun gaming, that I'm certainly not opposed to it. I play Rocket League and Fortnite anyways, so that's why I've started with those. I don't expect to be followed by 1 million people all of a sudden, or even found while streaming those. Anyways, so I'll put her back where she goes, and we'll make her dance real quick. There we go. Alright, so we won't. I'm just showing her in motion. She's not too bad off. A little bit of clipping that still needs some improvement, but pretty solid performer overall. And that was a struggle too for different reasons. But she's 2 materials, and it's baked with custom UVs. So that's using a simple bake add-on. So it's a paid add-on for Blender, but it's not an automated process. Well, it simplifies the actual baking step, but the UV layout is still kind of critical to get ideal results. And I obviously was able to get good results, but I still need to change my approach to the UVs. So she'll kind of need reworked for the additional versions that I intend to do, the additional optimization. But this at least demonstrates that this is not a pie in the sky, hey, I make avatars too, but these, my goal is commercial quality for commercial avatars, and that's a pretty high standard to put on myself from the get-go. And I'm learning places where I can kind of better achieve that result by backing off of it a hair, but then still working towards it. So going forward, this version, I may do the changes she needs, and she may very well be the first version released. But going forward, the first version will not be baked into 1 or 2 textures from the get-go. That was a mistake to do that so early on, to say the least. But okay, so I don't know ultimately how this video is played out, but it was meant to be more of an introduction to myself and the purpose of the channel than my creation here. But this is kind of a big thing going forward. This is where I have my best hope of something sustainable, or like actually having a better chance of reaching the side hustle level of income that I would love to make from this, and that would really make a lot of things possible. So if you want to support me, it doesn't have to just be a free handout. But if you don't have a use for an avatar, you can still join me on Patreon. It's much appreciated. If you're willing and able to be a steady supporter. But there's a Cash App link too for just one-off donations. Everything's appreciated. Of course, the follows, the likes. a notification bell. Like if you really find it within you that you'd like to help see me get some traction and get somewhere, please consider that notification bell, so you get the opportunity to help me with the follow or the likes and the comments and things on future videos. And hopefully, you'd want to just for the content itself. But I don't know where one video to the next is going to go exactly, so I don't know who all a regular steady flow of the content would be useful for, but there would still be reason. There's a reason and a purpose behind what I'm seeking to do and hope to do, and so if you catch on to part of that, please add your support, and it's appreciated. So I think I mentioned this earlier, this is not my first take, so but there's some content that kind of found me, and it'd just be an awkward first video for video content. The streaming content, that's not really intended to be the channel launch per se. It was just like, that's really kind of helped me work out some bugs, and I'm going to be playing games anyways. And then if I were to pick up 1 or 2 followers from that, that's just a bonus. So anyways, this is the Purple Butterfly Girl, pending a better name, and she'll get more refinements as we go. By the way, this version is rated very poor as is, but I've already had a medium quality version, a medium rated version that would have been good except for Fizzbones. That's already been created. I don't know that she'll be the one that gets published, but she's pretty solid, so it's doable. And so there will be more optimized versions to come out over time. And supporting me on Patreon helps me actually see the Patreon route as a viable way to go, and it allows somebody to get multiple avatars at a fraction of the cost that I would reasonably sell one for. And again, there's the purpose of my avatar creation. My motivations there are to create a variety of avatars, try to help break the avatars out of the box of like this very style. It's a great style. It's certainly not a horrible choice for being something that's extremely popular in the game, but just like to have more of a variety, more representation of even different body types, and so like there's more to life than just imagining your best case scenario and then filling a world full of that. And I think it's just really important that people, that we have it out there. There's a body positive movement, but that's a double-edged sword, the way people discuss that. So I'm not trying to leave it cliche or that simple. But anyways, some original content. As you see, she's supposed to be a black girl and should still be self-evident that she is, but I've discovered firsthand that there are more challenges to creating black textured skins or black skin avatars than meets the eye initially. So there could be a reason. There could be some very practical reasons that black females and black males, that they're underrepresented in VR chat, especially when we're talking about a lot of people creating their own content, self-taught, and some of these challenges are just not for the beginner to resolve. So anyways, just saying, I do have a mind for that type of content. May have to back off of that intention to really kind of settle in and get some traction, but that's going forward. I think there's enough people creating avatars for VR chat that somebody just coming in trying to create more of the same, I don't feel like that was the place for me, but I do have much more original stuff in mind, and I look forward to doing that. It's really inspiring, but some of that is still involved. Some of that involves skills I still have to learn, but I've surprised myself every step of the way so far. So I don't know how relevant I've stayed or how watchable this is since I've been first person. I tend to forget on that. But thank you for viewing, and if you are, hopefully the links to everything is in the description now. If not, I'll get it there as soon as I can. And please, again, follow, like, and subscribe, and comment down below, especially if you don't find those links and you want to reach out to me for something. Let me know in the comments, and that'll help me make sure it happens. And anyways, take care, and thank you for watching. This hopefully in there somehow was a bit of an idea that will allow other content to speak for itself however it fits. So take care, and I am out. As soon as I figure out how to get out.